Welcome to Lovesick, the podcast where we dive into health, wellness, and relationships and their impact on the world today. Come be a part of the discussion and join our community by following us on YouTube, Instagram, and listening wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Enjoy the show. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Lovesick podcast. I am your host, Jada.
And I am Dorothea.
We have a brand new season, so welcome back, y'all. We're ready. May's beautiful.
Oh, yes, it is. We got a lot going on in May.
We have a lot going on in May. Anyway, I wanted to introduce our guest all the way, like I'm supposed to say. Dot told me to say this.
That's right.
All the way from France. We have Romain Daumont, all the way from Paris, France, or we should say France.
Yes.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, Jada. Thank you, Dorothea.
Welcome.
Just take an inch. You know what? We're a little rusty.
But we feel so special because he came all the way from France
Yes.
to sit with us in the studio today.
Yes.
I did indeed.
So, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me for this new season.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yes. International season. That's
Exactly.
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
that's you're gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, Roman, we have we were told you have a company called Luminara,
Yes.
and wanted to hear a little bit about that story and how it came about.
Wow. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. So maybe I should explain a little bit about what is Luminara about?
Yes, please.
Yeah? Okay. So Luminara it's two things. It's both a telehealth platform, so for people to have access to health care remotely. So, and that's one thing we do. But the other thing we do is we act as a talent agency. So we pick up healers. And yeah, I have to say as well, what we do is all around energy healing. So you've heard about Reiki?
Yes.
You've done it yourself?
I have
Yeah.
not.
I have
No.
not. Actually, I'll take that back.
I feel like you have
In
right?
Maryland, yes. When I had my events, I had health because I had a company in Maryland and I had healthcare events, and so we did have a instructor there, and she did perform that on me.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah,
but you can explain to
yeah.
I'm gonna
Please
explain.
Yeah.
But so we specialize in these types of modalities
Mhm.
called energy healing. We vet healers, and then we propose people to have one-on-one session on the platform. So telehealth. And I created this. I had the idea back in early 2023. So it's coming up to 3 years now. It's more than 3 years. It's a long story, but we have the time,
yes,
right? So
Absolutely.
I'll tell you a little bit more. So I started my career, very classic corporate career, 16 years in consulting, half of these years in Japan. And I could talk about that too. And so very classic career. And what happened to me and to my wife and to our couple is that in 2014, we had a son with a genetic disease that my wife and I knew about when she was at the 4th or 5th months of pregnancy.
Mhm.
We discovered that we had one gene that was broken, and for very different reason. She's Indian-blooded, I'm French-blooded, not related at all. So the probability of this happening is like tossing a coin in LA and asking you, Jetta and Dorothea, to find it. It is super, super, rare.
Right.
And anyway, we give this boy a chance, and we had a very sound boy born in 2010. But in 2014, we discovered we were carrying this broken gene. We had no idea. And this baby boy, Raphael, transitioned after 3 days. His
Sorry to
lungs
hear that.
did not develop. He had a polycystic kidney disease, so meaning that all the amniotic fluid would be absorbed by his kidneys, and you don't survive very long without amniotic fluid because this is what develops your lungs. So it's devastating. No parents are supposed to see their kid going before them. But at the same time, and that took a while, that was a blessing in disguise. And now I can see it
Right.
because this beautiful soul crashed on my journey to make me aligning more with what I wanted to do deeply, deeply inside that I was not allowing myself to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. So with this loss came also a lot of search, soul searching. And I started to look for, for help. And some people gave me some books, and some people, oh, you won't believe it. There was a time I thought, being spiritual would mean to be religious. And I discovered, well, you could be spiritual without being religious.
Right.
Which a lot of people,
Yeah.
which I was unaware too for a long
Right?
time. Yeah.
Because I was brought up in a Christian environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so apart from the church, you'd think, okay, spirituality equals
Right.
the God of Christians, for instance, in my case. Truth is, well, you have the right to be spiritual without considering yourself as part of a religion. But I had no idea. But I had this group of people that when our kid was still in the womb of his mom, said to us, "Do you mind if we try to heal your son and help you?" And we just asked for permission. I was like, "Sure. Who are you?" I mean, and I knew they were not belonging to any religion. They were just people gathering, trying to heal people and kids and whatnot. And I thought to myself, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I that was a trigger in me. And so the whole story is that I followed the crumbs, that was the first event. And then during the funeral, which is not supposed to be a happy moment,
No. Yeah.
I had a revelation. I saw beauty in that moment because the presence of loving people, and you have love around you when you have a funeral.
True.
This loving presence without any word. Words are useless in these moments. You know everything. The context is all very clear, and just a hug, just presence of others was wonderful. And the silence I had experienced, and my wife as well, prior to this moment was very, very, how to say, a bit scary. Like,
Yeah.
this you feel people don't know what to say in front of your pain,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you don't know what to tell them either.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel powerless, you
Mhm.
feel sad, and people are even trying to say words in those moments. But
Yeah.
they just sound odd,
Yeah. Sometimes it's best not to say anything.
It's true though.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I thought, after the funeral, I thought, wow, how come we as a human species, I'm sure you've done that, a moment of silence, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why do when was the last time you've done this at, the level of the US, the nation?
Yeah.
You remember that? Maybe 9/11,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a terrorist attack, something
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Why do we gather as humans? It's a non-religious stuff, right?
Mhm.
You're not doing this based on any religion.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we gather as a human species, as a nation, just when it's a sad event?
Yeah.
Why don't we gather for something positive?
Right. You're right, because
Right?
when you think about any tragedy, especially 9/11, that was a situation where, you're right, everybody just came together. You didn't even know the people, but everybody felt. You felt it, like, oh my goodness. And you wish it was something that you could do, but a lot of times there's nothing that you can do. But sometimes, like you said, sometimes people just need that hug.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, why wait till?
Yeah.
Tell a
That's very
funeral,
important.
tell a
Yes.
horrible event.
Yes.
That's that's really what struck me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why this good feeling? It's a good feeling, right? Being together from a distance, from wherever we are, just being in silence for 1 minute, feeling connected, feeling this sense of oneness feels so good.
Yeah.
And it's so needed. And it's beyond religions. And so I thought, all right, with technology, would it be possible? I remember asking a friend, would it be possible to just touch the screen of my phone and for my friend to see this at the other end of the world? And he said, well,
Wow.
technology-wise, I'm sure it's feasible. Yeah. All right. So that idea, I kept this idea in mind. And then fast forward, I was still in consulting, so I continued my career. But I decided to stop consulting in 2017 and then moved on to the digital world. I thought, let's go digital because this is really one of the defining industry of our times.
Yes, it is.
And when you're not inside that world, you really don't know what it's all about. So I thought, okay, let's do this. Let's reinvent myself. So I've done that. I worked for a startup in augmented reality. That was fun. That was
Was
fun.
it fun or was it?
Fun.
Okay.
We got acquired by Walmart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was a
Okay.
successful story. And then I went on to a different startup. But in 2019, I remember, so it's 5 years after, our son Raphael transitioned. And by the way, we had the blessing of having a third kid who luckily was not in the 25% chance of carrying
good.
this
Yeah.
defective gene.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And little James is all great. And that
Oh.
was really such a blessing.
Right.
But
That
5 years
is
after, I allowed myself, I had a friend who told me, Roman, I was going through interviews because I had enough of augmented reality. I wanted even more than augmented reality. And she said, well, do something you love because, you're going through these interviews, you're not happy. And I allowed myself to think about this app that I've
Right.
described. And that was such an epiphany. I was so happy. When you feel aligned and you feel this joy you have as a child, of just pure creation, without boundaries, without just letting yourself into full-on creation mode. That was so lovely. And I've done that, and then I got a phone call. Hey, Roman, we want you for this job. Okay. Damn it, I forgot I had these interviews. And so I went to another startup, and then COVID hit. It was in 2020.
Yeah. Good
And
old
everything
COVID.
stopped, and I couldn't travel. I was head of Asia for this company, and then I continued on working for this app I had in mind called Hilo. So between to heal and saying hello. So the idea is, having this mini moments of silence, micro meditations, where you just touch the screen of your phone and you can send love, send good vibes, and if your friend is responding, she's gonna just hold his or her phone, and you're just gonna stay silent together like this.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I often say it's like WhatsApp meets Headspace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've done this in 2021 as like a work of art. I didn't think about the business plan, although I'm a businessman.
Right.
I just, out of pure love, I don't know.
Yeah, that idea. the
I
concept. Yeah.
had to give this to the world. This has to be born, right?
Yeah.
And in 2022, I kind of woke up from just the creation was done, the baby was born. Now, let's find like a good place for you to
Right.
grow up. Like,
Right. That was like your moment right there. Like now you have another son, and you have this concept and this idea is now putting it all together. That was your moment.
Very well said.
Yes.
Thank you, Dorothea.
You're welcome.
And so I had this little baby app.
Okay.
And I thought, well, okay, moments of silence. So you could do this one-to-one with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You could do this as a private gathering, but you could also do this as a public gathering. So coming back to this idea of, a nationwide moment and bringing people together. And I thought, all right, well, not for profits. Do you wake up one morning thinking, gosh, I feel like giving to save the children this morning?
Wow.
Doesn't happen this
I
way.
do, but it does cross your mind about different things that's happening in the world, and you
Yes.
wow, what can I do?
What can I do?
Yeah,
But there is a trigger.
yeah.
It's often an advertising. You'd see an ad,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the time you have an event, a charity auction, charity run, charity concert. You have something that will trigger your appetite to give, to be generous.
That is very
Because we're generous,
Yeah.
but we need
Yeah.
a trigger. You need momentum.
Yeah.
And we like, and they're very good at doing this, the
Mhm.
charities, to, kind of putting you in the mood to give, and it's fun to give, and,
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought to myself, well, I can create an event which is a moment of silence, a very positive one. You're not against the war, you're for peace. You're, bring good energies
Right.
out of people. And I thought, well, that's good because people don't have to travel. It is super eco-friendly, super inclusive. You could be in a wheelchair and you can still hold your phone, and you can be in a remote place. You don't have to, Anyway, I thought that's cool, and I started pitching NGOs. I actually pitched Save the Children in Los Angeles.
Really?
And I was telling them one thing. I said, I'll give you all the tech. You provide the celebrity because you want this to be successful.
Mm.
And as I often say, well, I don't know how good singers you are, but are you?
No.
All right then. So,
Yep.
so think about it. Like, would we, even for a charity concert, they don't want people like us, although, we may be okay singers. They want, they want Lady Gaga.
They want the professionals.
They want the professional
Yeah.
ones. They want
Not the
Beyonce. They want
amateurs.
Lana Del Rey, etc. So they don't want us.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
love you, but don't go on stage, even if it's for a charity.
Dang.
They don't want us.
So I was telling the NGOs, all right, you want a celebrity because we need people to endorse
Right.
this moment and for people to, it's like these concerts. You go to the concerts, not just to give your money because it's a charity, because you want to see the singers, you want to see
Right.
the stars, and you want to have a good moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, all right, if we get Michelle Obama to do a moment of silence for your NGO, guess what? You'll have a lot of people coming in and just enjoying this moment. They'll never have her on the phone, but they can share this moment of silence and they will feel super close. It's a heart-to-heart connection, which
Wow.
actually could be even more meaningful than just having a chat. You wouldn't know what to tell her. Well, although it's just amazing. I love you. So,
But that's really cool, though.
and so they loved the idea, except that they never dared doing anything with that. They just they're not very innovative in the NGO world. So having a tech company coming to them with a new concept was interesting. They loved it.
Mhm.
And at the time, NFTs, you remember NFTs?
Those are the money you get money. Was it money for?
Yeah, it's like these these art pieces on
That's right.
like just made digital
Yeah.
piece,
Yeah.
non-fungible token.
That's
That's
what it was,
anyway.
yeah.
So these were popular at the time. We're back in 2022,
Mhm.
and so I thought, well, I was telling the NGOs, you could even, if Michelle is doing a little. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you this one thing. So when you do a hilo,
Mhm.
if your friend is not showing up, you still want him or her to know that you've been giving this positive moment for them. You gave these 30 seconds of bliss, of
Right.
kindness to them. And so you sign, and you sign with your finger. You do a drawing.
This is so cool.
And I like to say it's a digital app in the raw sense of digital. It's with your finger.
Right.
And so I was saying to the NGOs, well, good stuff is if Michelle is doing a drawing, which she would never do that, but because it's in the protocol of doing it in the app, she would do it. You could sell it on auction. We could, that could be cool.
Right.
And they said, oh yeah, that's nice. That's additional money. And you have all these crypto millionaires that would pay a fortune for this. And so anyway, long story short, it was a failure. No, it was a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, they never dared asking a celebrity. It would have been so easy. I'm not giving up on this, but I was exhausted. And in 2022, in November, I did one event with Movember. You know this NGO where the
the men with the
Yep,
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
after Pink October.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
yep,
remember
yep.
November.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so great NGO originated from Australia, now everywhere in the world. Actually, they do work with veteran. And I know you've interviewed a
Yeah,
veteran
we
recently.
did. Yeah.
And they're doing great things about male-specific cancers. There are 2 of them.
Right, right.
So to all the men out listening, if
Yeah.
you're young, testicle cancer, prostate cancer,
Yes.
not so young, but they're easy to get,
Yeah.
rid of, but just if you take them seriously, if you just don't wait. And so I've done one event with Movember in 2022.
Okay.
Some great friend with Stéphane Beaumont, who's the head of Movember in France. That was wonderful. And every week we would meet and we would gather with people we didn't know about, but we'd just hold on our phone, have this collective meditation. And that was beautiful. And would just have this very big stream of positive energy flowing in. And I've done this 4 times. So in November 22, and then I was exhausted. In December, I paused. I thought, I'm exhausted. This wasn't as successful as I expected. And I had a lot of good response, good feedback, except that there was this one step that the NGO had to take, and they never dared taking it.
Right.
So I was exhausted. And I told to myself, all right, Roman, let's put this intention of reading the science around the power of collective meditation and the power of remote healing. Because what I felt was a lot of goodness through these moments every week. And that's when the miracle happened early 2023. I said to myself, I put this intention, I will start reading about all these scientific papers early 2023. And guess what? 2nd of Jan 2023, something massive happened in my life.
And that was. Don't keep
Water
us
break.
in suspense.
What a break. What a break.
Don't keep us in suspense.
Yeah. So I've been telling this story now quite a few times, but it never ceased to surprise me that this could even have happened. So you set an intention in life, right? We've all done that.
Oh, yes.
But when you see it manifesting so quickly and so quickly.
Yes.
Like, okay. So 2nd of Jan, I had spent New Year's Eve with some friends in the Alps, French Alps. And I drove back. I remember every day of the week. So 1st of Jan, 2023 was a Sunday.
Okay.
Wow.
And
Very
on that
specific,
day,
Roman.
and on that day, a friend of mine from Romania, and it was a Romanian friend in 2019. It's another Romanian. It's like, I'm Roman. So there's almost like someone up there, like, hey, isn't it
got
funny?
the sign. Right.
Follow, do as Romans do, as we say. So funny. And so he's calling me saying, Roman, you got to meet my fiancée. I'm in Paris. I'm madly in love with her. Okay. Well, I'm tired. This is Sunday. I'm not going to meet you tonight. Can I meet you towards the end of the week? No. I'm flying back to Bucharest on Tuesday. Oh my God. Okay. So I have work. Okay. I'll meet you on 2nd of Jan. It's a Monday. And I go meet him. I had a dog at the time, so I was walking the dog at night. I come meet him. His name is Yonel, his fiancée Anna. And here he is, jumping all around, so excited. And he's not a spring chicken. The guy is 58, I think, something like that. And he's so madly in love with this woman who's in her 40s that you think to yourself, what's the matter? Like, what's happening to this guy? I thought he was gay. I mean, it's okay. You're not gay. You love women.
gosh.
Fine. But there was something special in the air, and he said, "Well, I proposed to her, and I got the rings on top of the Champs-Élysées at Cartier."
Oh, wow.
And she said, "Well, we're still in negotiation." And you're like, "Wait a second. Is there a candid camera here? Am I supposed
Am I
to,
being punked?
like, am I
Wait, she said that in front of
him?"
Okay.
Oh, my.
Like, think about the guy that is super excited,
Oh, my
and she's saying,
gosh.
"Well, we're still in negotiation."
That's so embarrassing.
And you're like, "Wow, dude, did I hear what I've heard? How?" And then I said,
You're like, I'm
"Well,
going to take my dog back home now.
yeah, I'll just leave." And then, no, but she didn't say that in a bad way, but
Right.
you could feel something was a little odd. So I said,
Mhm.
"Well, how many months, how many years have you guys known each other for?" And guess what they said.
Was it a few months?
A week?
2 weeks.
Well, no wonder she said it was a negotiation.
2 weeks.
Oh, my.
Like, who on earth? Okay, maybe if you're, like out of your 20s, you're young, you're crazy, you go get
Yeah.
married in Las Vegas.
Wow.
I get that.
Yeah.
But the guy's in his 50s, she's in her 40s. So you could see he's a bit like
Wow.
all over the
Ooh.
place. He's madly in love. And okay, so 2 weeks. Well, I haven't seen this
No.
ever.
Not that it doesn't happen.
Not
it does happen.
It does.
Yeah.
But
then-
I haven't seen it, but it does happen.
It does, but then you can see already, if you put
Yeah.
yourself in my shoes, you think there's something weird about this evening. Like, okay, they've known each other for 2 weeks, so they met in a bar, and then they meet again 1 or 2 days after at a friend's place. So serendipity, they had no idea that they had this friend in common, and some, they got, probably to find they were attracted to each other, one another. Anyway, and then he said, "Well, what do you do for Christmas, New Year? Nothing. Oh, do you know Paris? No, let me bring you to Paris." And then, like this. "All right. So what do you do, Anna, for a living? Who are you, mysterious woman?
Right?
How did you steal this heart
man
so
in 2
quickly?
weeks?
Yeah, what is your secret?"
Yeah.
For all the ladies out there, listen
Yeah,
carefully.
tell them about that 2-week secret.
How you steal a heart's man in 2 weeks.
And get a ring from
Oh, my
Cartier.
Well,
Champs-Élysées.
Lovesick is a good.
Yeah. All right.
He was definitely. And so she said, "Well, I'm in a fintech company in Bucharest. I have a PhD in economic science. I work with a PhD in mathematics." And wow, she seems very impressive.
Right.
Like pretty, very serious career woman. Yeah, I'm impressed. And she's this petite, very blonde, like red lipstick woman. And I'm very impressed. And then she's asking me the same question, and I tell her, "Well, I'm doing this crazy app that wasn't successful, and I'm going to study about, power of collective meditation and remote healing."
Mhm.
And then she said, "Well, I healed my mom."
Mm.
And I'm like, "What do you mean you healed your mom?" That
That
really
got your
started to,
attention.
yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
And she said, "Well, 10 years back, I was going through a divorce and I had 2 young kids. I was trying to do my PhD. It was really hard. I asked my mom, who was in the countryside, to come over and help. And her mom came, and she was separated from the dad. And, well, it was heaven. She could finally work.
Finish, yes.
Everything was taken care of. It was wonderful. It was really pure happiness. And she was super happy to see her mom again,
Mhm.
more than often than usual, etc. But her mom broke one of her legs in a bike accident. And she went right from heaven to hell.
Wow.
Like literally,
Yeah.
no more help. She had to do everything and she had a
Her mom,
bedridden
too.
mom.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she felt so much guilt.
Yeah.
It was literally a moment for her that was a dark night of the soul. And the doctors were saying, well, with the age of your mom, she was broken in many places. You know, the muscles are going to, just go very thin, and it will take at least half a year before your mom can go
Whoa.
back on her feet, literally speaking. And she was, she was desperate. And she had read a couple of books around the power of positive visualization.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point she said, all right, Mom, I'm going to heal you. I'm going to create this little protocol. I'll go to your room when the kids are in bed, and for 20 minutes, I'll just fill the room with love, light, angels, archangels, and I will visualize your leg in perfect condition. Every bones, every muscles, every ligament, everything.
Wow.
And she did it. And guess what? Her mom was very happy. She said, yeah, sure, darling, do it. And it worked. Like, her leg got better much faster than
Right.
anything expected.
I believe in the power of the mind.
I do.
It was
totally
very
do.
powerful.
Yeah.
So her mom cured in like probably less. I think she said, yeah, it took 2 to 3 months versus 3 to even
Whatever
more.
they were telling.
So
her.
really, like, the doctors she didn't explain to the doctors exactly what she had done, but it was really like the Gauss curve, like she was just the lucky ones that,
Right.
sometimes get healed faster than the others.
Mm-hmm.
And she became a bit of a legend in her family. She helped her grandma, but then she went on and did her PhD and all of that, and her finance company. But when I listened to this story, at that moment in my life, with this intention I had put back a couple of weeks ago in December, I really felt like a hand touching my shoulder saying, hey, Roman, you wanted to read the science around energy healing and power of collective meditation and all of that. And you can still do it, by the way. But here is a shortcut. This is a woman that is far, far, far away from being woo-woo. She's, on the contrary, she's ticking all the boxes of this very successful career woman. And you can tell she did what she said. Like, she's not a YouTube video of some kind.
Right.
And I took this, what she did immediately in my heart, in my brain, and for me, it was clear that this was important, this was real, and I was amazed that no one knew about it.
Right.
And from that moment, I decided, a bit like, I'm not crazy, but a bit like St. Paul, falling down from the horse.
Mm-hmm.
He was persecuting Christians. I'm not persecuting healers, by the way.
Right.
No, right.
But I really felt like I was dizzy from this moment.
Yeah.
I was dizzy. I was shocked, and it was 2nd of Jan,
Yeah.
and I had put this intention for early 2023. So everything was such a synchronicity, and it's called. I know now because I've done some research. It's called an Oz moment, like the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such a deep, deep synchronicity that is shaking your world. Like, it's the sort of synchronicity that makes you feel like reality is,
Right.
Is unstable. And
You guys were meant to meet. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
were meant to meet.
I haven't told you the
Yeah.
one funny anecdote is that, so when all of this happened, before leaving my friend,
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying this, which sounded so unkind, but I said to my friend, Yonel, thank you so much for bringing Anna into my life. And by the way, I hope you're going to be very happy, forever happy, and getting married. But I have to say, I have the feeling I ask you to bring her to me
Yeah.
Oh.
because,
Yeah.
I can't explain everything right
Right.
now, but I dared saying to him, I think you're just a messenger, but I still hope you're going to
Right.
get, all the goodness
Right.
out of it.
Yeah.
And
But I
matter of
dared
fact,
saying-
she could have been that vessel and that messenger to make sure that you guys connected.
Yes.
I
Did they
believe
get
in
married?
that.
Sorry?
Did they get married?
Oh yeah.
So the story is that I talked recently with him. I don't think they're gonna get married.
Wow.
They were together until this year, but I think it's kind of not going so well.
Right.
But they stayed, they stayed almost 3 years together.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I know he was a bit
Yeah.
of a messenger.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what it sounds like.
but yeah, and that from
Yeah.
that moment, I told the woman I was working with, Marta, that you know what, let's stop Hilo, let's
Yeah.
stop this app. I want to study. I want to study this market. I want to know who are these healers, and I focus on energy healing. Who are these healers? And I focus on the American market. So we interviewed healers in the US, clients,
Mm-hmm.
doing
Right.
Reiki, doing other modalities of
Mhm.
energy healing. And I studied the market. And I was amazed by two things. One, 80 to 90% of these healers, they find clients through word of mouth.
That
Right?
sounds about right. Yes.
Problem is, word of mouth doesn't scale.
Mm-hmm.
You're happy if you know someone who knows someone who
Right.
Right.
it's great. It's
Mhm.
as long as humans have existed, right? We've
Right.
all, and this is a great way to trust, because there is a lack of trust. You trust your
Mhm.
friend more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this doesn't scale.
Right.
So trust is a problem. And now I looked at what are the other 10%. And I looked at the market and I saw marketplaces. And these marketplaces, well, how do they work? They ask healers, or they're not just having healers. Sometimes they have people doing astrology or people doing
Right.
tarot. And that's all good, except that the business model is that you ask these people to pay $50, $100 to be on your platform.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a star system. And well, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, their business model is essentially to have as many healers, as many people on their platform with, okay, a bit of screening. They don't want some crazy people out there.
Right.
But the point is, they want quantity rather than quality. Their business is about getting as many as possible
Of course, yeah.
to just subscribe,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. And I thought, no. This is not the way you build trust.
Mm-hmm.
I want a platform. I want to go to a platform that is curating healers and that is not accepting everyone and anyone.
Right.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the one creating this platform that doesn't exist, that will curate healers, and that will enable people to have access to these amazing modalities
Yeah.
from the comfort of their home, because that can scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you
Ooh.
can do things remotely these days.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I love that. That's beautiful. So,
So
that's
how-
Luminara.
Yeah.
that is Luminara.
Okay.
Luminara.
But at the time,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I had not done a single energy healing session in my whole life.
Really?
But I was a believer. I'm not a healer. I had no session, but I knew it. It's really this message from Anna at that moment in my life and all this journey. Think about the app. I created the app
Mm-hmm.
because of my son, Raphael, for
Right.
me to experience something that would lead me
Mm-hmm.
to Luminara. So it's really a journey where I created the tool to elevate my own consciousness and to
Right.
leave this synchronicity.
Right.
So
I love that name, Hilo.
yes,
I love
thank
that.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
like
so
that.
much.
Yeah.
And so I pivoted at this time. I integrated Hilo onto the platform. So whenever you do a healing session with one of our amazing healers on
Mhm.
Luminara, and I'll explain a little bit how it goes. You have a Hilo moment before you see and hear your healer.
Mhm.
You're gonna be connecting with this person without saying anything. You have a moment of silence.
Mm.
So how it works is, if you're on your mobile phone as a client, you touch the screen of your phone
Mhm.
and you're connected. The healer is in real time with you. And if you're on a laptop, you just drop your fingers on your space bar, because some laptops do not have a touch
Right.
screen.
Yeah. Yep.
And you feel this moment of connection. And the healers are saying to us, I feel the energy of the client already. Because we wanted to prep people to know that what's going to happen afterwards with, the audio and video is not really the truth. The truth is there is so much at the invisible level that's going to happen. So tune into that moment of silence and feel that, it's going to happen at a very different level.
Wow.
That is so cool.
It's also meaningful. It's unfortunate that sometimes a tragedy happens, but then a lot of times people light bulbs go off. It's unfortunate that something bad happens to create something good, you know what I mean? But
I
it's
like the
happened.
connection
I
thing
do
though, because
too.
I think, even with friends or family or someone you just want to give that like
Mhm.
love to and you just want to connect with them. I think that's such a beautiful, positive way. And I think it also connects you to yourself again too, because there's a there's a lot of times where we need to get back to that with our own selves and
Mhm.
just sitting in for a second and just breathing for a minute. Because I feel like we're as a nation, we're a lot of us are all over the
Yeah.
place and it just connects you again, you know?
Absolutely.
I love it.
No, silence is so important. You find, a lot of who you are when you're
Mhm.
silent.
Mhm.
You look inwards.
Yep.
And I was talking to Trish, one of her healers, yesterday, and she's all about stillness. And she healed herself by being still and having this exercise of stillness in her life.
Mhm.
And one of the ways she's bringing her clients to heal is, first of all, to get them really still. And this is not even meditation. This is
Right.
different. It's just stay still
Right.
and just listen. Just stillness. So yeah, we wanted to integrate that. But the way it works really is you go on luminara.care, you want to experience for the first time, or you love energy healing already, you're
Mhm.
someone who wants to try a new healer, maybe. Um, you go on our platform and you don't have to download any app. You click on Find a Healer,
Oh, wow.
book a healer, and then you'll be asked to fill up a little questionnaire so
Mhm.
that we can match you with 3 healers that are fitted to your needs. So we use AI. We use AI matching to do that. And yes, we didn't want people to just, swipe right, swipe
Right. Yeah.
left,
Yeah.
thinking that these are like kind of products.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
healing is
Mhm.
important. And you wouldn't do that if you go to Mayo Clinic, like, oh, let me swipe the doctors. No,
Right.
you don't do that.
Yeah.
So we want to have this look and feel of a real clinic, although right now these modalities are not recognized as they're just complementary health
Mhm.
practices, which is good. But we decided to go HIPAA compliant. So we have done everything so that
Right.
we protect, HPI health individual data. And once you are matched with 3 healers, you have access to very well done videos, portraits of each of those healers. So we produce, as I said, we're a talent agency, so we're a producer. We cast these healers, and we look for local videographers, and masterclass,
Yep. Yep.
So we
Mhm.
produce
Yeah.
videos, masterclass type of quality.
Yeah, because
Very
you can
cool.
get it's global.
It's
Yeah.
global, and so when you see these healers, you look at the video, and you can really relate to this healer and think, okay, I want to work with this woman, or I want to work with this guy.
Mhm.
And then you can book. You book, you can, everything is synced with their calendars. and you can pay right there. We work with, you know, any currencies they want. So everything is made super easy.
Right.
And once you've done that, you have a calendar invitation in your calendar, so you know what's going to happen. You have reminders, and then you have a link. You click on the link, you open your browser, and you just enjoy the healing.
But it's really good too that I like that, but it's really good that you don't have to be forced to download an app.
Yes.
And the reason that I say that is because a lot of people, they may not be tech savvy, or they may have phones that they're not compatible with the upgrades of whatever it is for any type of downloads. So it's a little bit more friendlier for people to access it, which is really
user
nice.
friendly.
Yeah,
It is.
user friendly. Which
And I agree
is
with you.
nice.
People have a bit enough of downloading more and more apps.
Then you run out of space, and it's like,
Or it's just or sometimes it can be a turnoff.
yeah,
Sometimes if you're like, oh no,
They
that's
ask you
not
to
my
download
phone.
an app.
I don't have enough space on my phone.
Made it very user friendly for everyone.
Which is good.
Maybe one day we'll create an app. Yeah. Maybe we don't say no to apps.
That's right.
They're useful.
Yeah.
Because you want the truth about technical stuff. Browsers, you have a lot of different browsers.
Yeah.
And so you have compatibility with Chrome, with Safari, with Firefox, with Edge, and whatnot. And sometimes some of these browsers, they're a little bit more complex than others. So when you do what is called a web app, which is working on any browsers, you come across a couple of technical complexities that you don't have with an app. So there are pros and cons with everything, I suppose.
Yeah. But I do think this kind of takes the stigma out of like what people say for healing. Healers, like you anytime.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that was wonderful. And how can people find, I know you've mentioned it, but how can people find the Luminara? And Luminara?
They go on the website, luminara.care. I see it on the screen. Yeah.
On the screen for those watching. Yeah.
So you see, book a session. You can just book a session there. We have testimonials of people that have experienced it, and we're growing pretty fast. We started in 2023. I had the idea. I started building an advisory board because I knew it takes a family to raise a kid. A village, a village to raise a kid. Exactly. And so I was clear that I am, what we are creating together right now is greater than us. Like,
true.
I feel very humbled to have been chosen to do that. So, yes, I have to have the tagline, CEO and founder. But the truth is, I feel very humbled to be of service to this vehicle that I'm offering to the world for people to find out. And that's beautiful. And
it is.
And the story is amazing because this is just the beginning.
Right.
I'll tell you some more now.
Yeah.
Because when you are, and I think for all your listeners, this is important because everyone listening to us now, or viewers through YouTube, people have dreams, people have ambitions.
True.
And what I would tell them is look inward to see if this is truly who you are. Is it your soul's mission, or is it your parents asking you to do that?
Ooh.
Or is this because, you think having a big car is cool? Like, what is your deep purpose in life? Because if you find it, and if you're aligned with this, everything will
work
be
out
beautiful, and everything will work out.
Yeah,
it's very.
That's
true.
a good message. That's a great.
No, but it's very true.
And I want everyone here to listen to this.
Yes,
and it will be bumpy. Mm-hmm. It will be bumpy because sometimes you will not listen. Sometimes you will. So, but ask, pray, ask to be shown the way, but be humble about it. Like, just don't go right, don't go left. Try to look inwards to see what you want to do. And this is when my friend, for example, told me, Roman, do something you love. Like, and sometimes you have parents who say, no, don't do something you love, do something that's meaningful, etc. Well, first of all, you can do meaningful and something you love.
That's right.
And at the time of AI, and we need to talk a bit about AI because this is going to
That's
change the
true.
world.
It is
So
gonna
we need to
change
keep
the
some time
world.
about this.
Mm-hmm.
More than ever, it's not so much about defining yourself, but by what we do, defining by who we are,
Right.
truly, who we are as a friend, who we are as a parent, who we are as a human being. That is going to matter more and more and more and more. Anyway, I got carried away.
No, it's okay.
No.
That's
I mean,
so beautiful.
that's what
beautiful
you're here
message.
for. You're here to give a message to the viewers
Yeah.
and the listeners and encouragement,
Yes.
so they will believe in themselves and believe in their dream and their vision.
Vision,
And they
for
need
sure.
to hear that.
And it's coming back to what you said, Dorothea, about the fact that sometimes it hurts to have something bad
Right.
for you to be awakened to something good.
Right.
And my message here is yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I suffered a lot. It was extremely painful.
Mm-hmm.
And the point is you don't even have to go through all this suffering
Right.
if from early enough you can be more awakened to who you truly are and what is your soul's journey and your purpose in life. But I was lucky to be able to be realigned to who I am and what I was meant to to co-create in this realm.
No, I believe that, and this is short story. I'm not going to put a lot of time on that because, that happened basically to me. It took my father's death for me to think about what I didn't want to do anymore, and then what I started to do.
Yeah.
And so that happened to me. A tragedy ended up being a situation where I had a company where I could help people. And that's exactly what I did.
I also feel like that happens, not to diminish any of the other stories, but like even people losing their jobs or it's just something that is like, okay, what do I really want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that right now because I come from the television world and the entertainment industry is everybody's going. And, I was one of the layoffs when I was a network executive. And it was kind of like, oh my God, my life is over because this is like, I spent 20 something years like wanting to do this. And it just, I started talking with friends and I was like, just sit. Because I started doing these 5 a.m.s where I just sit outside my front porch because it's quiet. And I was like, just sit and just figure out like what it is you really love. How can you do this to help people? What can you do? And it took a little bit, but it took a little bit of this. And then one day I was like, okay, I think I found it, and I'm doing it right now. But it's
and we're all happy, right?
Yes.
And we're all happy. We're happy.
We're all happy about our choices. Yeah.
So you don't see, you don't always see it right away because I do know because like you were saying, it could be a parent thing, it could be money is a stressful thing, it could be any factor, but it's like if you just do it, start it, no matter what that looks like, it's just follow it. It's just follow it. So that was my 2 cents.
And I think it to find this this light in darkness is reminding oneself that you are loved. You are loved. You've never, I'm going to get emotional, but you've never ceased to be loved and you will continue to be loved forever.
Right.
And when you come from that deep feeling of love, then the light, start to shine and open up and then it's beautiful. So it's really reminding. And actually the energy healing is, we don't know how it works. It is still very mysterious, but there's science now proving that it's not a placebo. And I will talk about science more. I'm very happy to talk about that. But the truth is, when you ask the healers, how does it work? Well, it's, they call it universal energy or divine energy. But it's really love when you go down to what is all about this.
Right.
And yeah, so energy healing itself is interesting because it is really this type of healing practice that is based out of love as the major component.
Yeah.
This sounds like a part 2.
I was going to say, we might have to have
Like,
you back.
We might have him back when he comes back to California, or when we're in France. We'll have to do an on the road show in France to do a part 2.
I mean,
this is awesome.
this was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Yeah.
great conversation. I love it. And I think also I feel like people are meant to meet and stuff, and there's a time and a place. But yes. Well, thank you, Roman.
Thank you so
being
much,
on our
Jana.
show.
Yeah.
Thank
Appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate it, and we know the viewers and listeners appreciate it. Every time we have guests, just so you know, we learn something every time.
Something new.
And that's the beauty of having the podcast, is because we are continuously learning. And it's really a blessing to have someone like yourself to enlighten us and give us another vision of what you're going through, and us seeing the vision, and
We're
you're
helping each other.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%.
absolutely. That's what it is. Now tell them one more time how they can get in touch with Luminara. One more time.
Like luminara.care.
Okay, because we don't want them to forget.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm offering a 20% discount coupon to all your viewer and listeners.
Okay.
So you'll put it on the,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put it up.
Well, that
Did
sounds
you hear that,
good.
everybody? That's amazing.
look for it.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Was a-
you, Roman.
So happy to have met you.
And
Thank
thank you all
you.
for watching and listening
Yes.
to the Lovesick podcast. Welcome back.
Yeah.
See you next time.